Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to your favorite talk show, Bahrain Now, with your host, myself, Bara Abdallah, as we bring you the latest in our kingdom initiatives and local talents, all happening in our show, Bahrain Now. So, have a break. We'll be back right now with more coming up on Bahrain Now. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest is a young talent, the Bahraini fashion designer, Mariam As-Sa'i. Well, good evening, Mariam. How are you?
Hi, Bara. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure, and I am so glad for this happening right now. I think confidently, out of all the presenters on Bahrain TV, I have the least sense of fashion. Like, definitely.
No, I love your style.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. Because what's happening right now, I mean, thank God we have people behind the scene like Walid Leblouchi, Zahra Al-Baqir, like Mariam Bayati. They have sense of fashion all the way, over 9,000.
Yeah.
Even the other presenter, Lara, a model, mashallah. But me, on the other hand, yeah.
No, I think you should give yourself some credits.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks. So that's why I am so happy to have this talk, because through your journey, I'm going to learn some fashion today. So tell us about your journey.
So, as you mentioned, my name is Mariam As-Sa'i, and I'm a fashion designer by degree. I have a BA in fashion design and technology from Manchester Metropolitan University, and quite recently started my fashion brand named after myself, Mariam As-Sa'i.
Okay.
Where I offer slow fashion, which is a made-to-order collection.
Wow. Briefly, but nicely said. Definitely.
Yeah.
So, what spiked your passion for fashion?
I mean, it definitely started from a very young age. I was like 5 or 6 when my mom first taught me how to sew. And I guess it snowballed into something that I wanted to do as a career. And I was very adamant that I wanted to have that, for the rest of my life. And also I think it runs in the family, and so I'd like to think that it was like passed down to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Family, tell us more about that.
My grandfather worked in menswear, like he offered tailored suits. I think it was in Saudi. I was very, very young at the time. Yeah, I think in terms of, or like the family legacy, I think he's the past and I'm the future in a way.
Beautiful. So was there any reception of you becoming a fashion designer in your family? It's like, oh, it's a given.
I think so, yeah. I think my dad very much expected that I was going to take that route, in terms of my career. And they're very supportive. I mean,
Amazing.
Just like today, like he's here with me.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, big shout out to your father, a very supportive person. Amazing stuff. Yeah. So you've done your BA in psychology and into the design career.
Yeah, I mean, artistically, fashion, I think art and fashion are very intertwined.
All right.
And most of my inspiration actually is focused on art. And for instance, what we're going to see today with my designs.
Right.
I was inspired by Alma Tadema, who's this Victorian artist who portrays these really Grecian kind of ancient Roman women, which I think really portray what I think today's women are like.
Okay.
So it's kind of like past to future, like current to future women of Bahrain.
That is very interesting. I mean, said we were talking about, the new trend coming in here and what you want to highlight more between what fashion is and what fashion is today.
Yeah.
So tell us more about that.
With my fashion line, I'm really trying to kind of go away from the stream of fast fashion and what's trendy, and I'm introducing slow fashion into the Middle East. I mean, it still exists here, but more in a stylish way where style is not compromised, but quality and longevity of garments are at the heart of what I do. And the fashion line is targeted towards women who I wouldn't say necessarily are into the trends, but they'd rather invest into their wardrobes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the term fast fashion and slow fashion, this is very interesting.
Complete opposites.
I mean, but we're not talking about speed here. Right?
Well, we're kind of talking about speed because slow fashion, I mean, I don't know if I think I mentioned this off screen.
Right.
Or anyways, I mean, slow fashion is kind of thinking about the quality and longevity of the garment. So you want the garments to last maybe 5 to 10, even 20 years, depending on the user aftercare of garments. And fast fashion, it encourages overconsumption of garments. So let's say you walk into, I don't want to name any brands now, but like you walk into a fast fashion company, let's say, or like a shop, you buy one thing and it's made in a horribly, I mean, the seams would fall apart in 5 maybe uses. Okay. Versus slow fashion where there's intricate like details or attention to details that makes it last longer. So you're more investing into slow fashion, which lasts you longer. There's more value. Okay. And fast fashion, it's like I mentioned, there's encouragement of overconsumption because you're buying more and you think, oh, more means more value, you know? Interesting.
That is so interesting. I mean, I guess right now you're saying that in Bahrain there is more of an educational aspect of what slow fashion is and they're catching up on that?
Yeah, so practically I think a lot of people are buying into fast fashion because again, like I said, they think the value is where it's at, you know, more stuff, more value.
Right.
And I'm trying to kind of shift the gear into slow fashion where, you know, you really invest into a garment. You're going to have it for, like I mentioned, 5, 10, even 20 years. And like I said, it's an investment, you know, and I really work inside out. Like I think about the construction of a garment as much as the aesthetic of a garment. Okay. And
You reminded me of my late father. He had that suit. He'd been wearing it for at least 15 years.
Yeah, and I think that's, I had a similar experience of, you know, it's a sentimental thing where you walk into your, let's say, well, personally, my mom's wardrobe, and I saw this like dress that I was like, oh, I can't wait till I'm older so I can wear it. And then I got the chance to do it, and that's what I mean. Like it was like made in a very good construction technique, and it's not, you know, back in the day, fast fashion didn't exist. So I wouldn't had that experience if it was fast fashion.
That is so interesting. Your story, you're introducing the slow fashion industry to us is amazing. So now shifting to your piece right here, tell us more about that.
Yeah, so this is what I call the Cecilia Dress.
Cecilia.
Yes, it's an ancient Roman name. I've, like I mentioned earlier, was inspired by Al-Matadama's paintings, who he portrayed these like women of ancient Rome, and I think really reflects kind of the design back in the day, but it's still relevant today. And I don't want to make it really trendy where, like I said, you know, it's going to go out of style in a matter of years. So it's still relevant. You know, if you took this dress 5 years ago, it's still relevant. And if you take it 5 years ahead, it's still going to be relevant. So it's not really in fashion today, but you know.
You know, with that being said, I mean, to have a timeless design, so you would have to spend time to understand the psychology behind it, or, you know, the design, because you said ancient Rome, so you went through the study and the history.
Yeah.
So does it take time to actually come together with a thought of producing a slow fashion?
I think, my process is different. I think it's more time consuming because you have to go back in history to go forward, whereas other designers would just maybe go a few seasons behind to see what's going to be relevant today or in the next few months. So yeah, it's definitely time consuming, and I think it's worth it, to be honest. I
love this. So, you know, Asian Rome, are you interested in other cultures as well that you want to portray and reflect on your designs?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say like, why aren't you inspired by Bahrain? But I think I really like to mix both. Like, I mean, this is definitely targeted towards Bahraini women, but I'd like to mix the cultures of, you know, like, let's say this dress is what we call a midi dress. You know, it's more conservative. So again, it's targeted towards conservative Bahraini women.
Okay.
But the style is still universal. You know,
Yes.
anyone could wear that. And in terms of inspiration, like I said, Ahmed Tadema, he's an artist. I like to combine art and fashion, and I think regardless of where the inspiration comes from, it still reflects Bahrain, or because since I'm Bahraini.
Right.
Yeah.
I love this. I love this. So, with that being said, now working hard on what you got right now. So, where do you want to lead with all of this? What's the future plan here?
Good question. I mean, currently I sell these online or
Okay.
through Instagram. So what I'd like to happen is to have it in a physical store where people could actually have a feel of the garments
Right.
and experience what I'm talking about. You know, look inside a garment and see how well it's made,
Right.
rather than just how it looks. So yeah.
I want to try that. Even though I know it's not meant for men, but you know, I just like looking at this right now. It does pretty much, I would say, showcase culture, history. There's a meaning behind it, you know, the colors and all of that. And the more you speak about it, I'm like, huh, actually, I can see that right now.
That's good.
So I can see right now you're going to have the dress, and I think a description next to it is like, this is all from ancient Rome.
Yeah. Which I already did. Yeah.
Of course, not surprised.
Yeah.
So how do you keep yourself motivated with all of this? Because as you said, it's time consuming, and we're living in a such fast-paced world. And a lot of people are like, oh, we can't wait. But now you're introducing slow fashion into a very fast-paced world.
Yeah.
So how do you keep yourself calm and zen and with all of this?
That's good. I think because I studied fashion, my like mentality towards what fashion is today really changed.
Right.
I was very much like the consumers, you know. I was like, oh my God, fashion, like it's about style and walking into this fast fashion, you know, it's just about mixing these like garments together. But now I have a deep understanding of what a garment is and what, you know, we deserve a good, like a well-made garment. And I think my motivation as a designer is to portray that and offer that to people, because yeah, I really think it's the future. And also what's happening in the fashion industry, I mean, not to get really into the fashion industry, but there's a lot of you know, negative product cycles, which again, this feeds into that. Like as an emerging designer, I don't want to contribute to the fashion industry in a negative way. So slow fashion is a way to avoid that.
Wow, wow. I mean, these are stories that not a lot of people know about. You know, it's like, oh, you know, it's fashion. You go to a store, you buy, if you see something you like, and that's it. But people don't know that there is a lot going on. There's a lot of effort and time and stories, and you know, and sacrifices that goes behind a simple or maybe even a complicated design.
True. Yeah.
So,
and I'd hope that some people get educated, because I mean, I'm just like constantly thinking about this because I work in the industry. But yeah, I mean, my friends know it's all like, because I'm constantly like, you know what's happening in the fashion industry right now? Like, yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I'd hope to educate other people who are into, you know, are fashion conscious, you know, people.
I can only imagine you have a WhatsApp group right there. You put in all the latest. Like, so put me there. I want to hear what's going on.
I don't know. I'm not that annoying, but in person sometimes I do sneak some, you know, fashion facts in there.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. You know, to be updated with the fashion world.
Yeah.
Well, any last words to your viewers?
Again, I'd like them to, like, you know, have an idea of what slow fashion is. You know, it exists here, but I'd encourage people to invest in their wardrobes instead of just like what's, you know, trending or you know, aesthetically pleasing. And also, if anyone wants to check out, my Instagram at Mariam, I'd highly appreciate it. Yeah.
Definitely. You got that for sure. Well, thank you so much for inspiring us in the fashion world. Much appreciated.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mariam and her passion for fashion, all that on Bahrain Now. Stay tuned for more on Bahrain Now. Ladies and gentlemen, now to the music world, as our next guests are Natalia and Alexander from Harmony Music Center to tell us more all about the center itself. Well, good evening.
Good evening. We are happy to be here. Thank you very much for inviting.
Definitely. So, Harmony, I love the word because you guys have a lot going on and all works in harmony. So tell us about the center.
So the center exists more than 10 years by now. The center is accredited by the Ministry of Education of Bahrain.
Wow.
And 2 years ago, we ran through the Bahrain Quality Assurance Authority revision when we got the outstanding mark, and we are trying to keep up the high level of the musical education for Bahraini kids.
Amazing.
And hope we are doing it with all our passion we have.
I mean, having the quality assurance, that alone shows the dedication you have at the center. Definitely.
Yeah.
I love that. So now, let's see, what classes do you have, Alexander?
Well, we have a lot, trying to cover all the music instruments. So there is, I'll start with guitar because I'm a guitar teacher. There's
Yes,
ukulele and bass. Natalia teaches piano and keyboards. So also we have amazing teachers for drums, pianos also, cellos, violins, vocal definitely.
Woodwinds and
Woodwinds, yeah.
Wow.
And the others. There are also group lessons such as theory and early musical activities, such as groovy kids, we call them. Yeah. So there are some specific things also, interesting stuff.
There is a lot going on.
Yeah.
That's why it's a harmony.
Yes.
Love that.
And it's all in harmony.
And you guys have amazing members. I mean, what I got to understand, you both have master degrees in music. You have a master degree in guitar.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And you have a master degree in music.
yeah, that's right.
So you're so dedicated.
Yeah, we are starting to learn music from 5 years old when I was a kid and grew up.
Yeah.
It was a long journey, but I'm happy to which it led us. Teaching kids is probably one of the best job you can ever have
And
dream.
also in harmony, I'm proud to say that we all went through quite a process of music school, which is taken, it's like separate education. We did 7 years, and then college of music, which is 4 more years, and then bachelor and master, which is like 6 more years. So
Wow.
that's why we are here. Yeah, there is such thing as bachelor and master in music in some countries. So yeah.
See, it's kind of like interesting to hear this because when I told like, hey guys, today I'm gonna meet somebody who has a master degree in guitars, I'm like, what? It's like, yes, his name is Alex. Like, is there such a thing? I'm like, yes. I'm like, this guy must be that Sid. He must be the guitar master. Hence, masters of degree. Like, great. So now you have all these classes going on and you have such qualified teachers. You said the age range from from kids all the way to adults?
Yes, that's right. For individual lessons, we accept kids from 6 years old, and there's no age limit. And also there is the group lessons for the kids from 3 to 6 years old, where we follow the ORF methodology and using the different kind of musical instruments, creating the ORF orchestra.
Xylophones.
Xylophones and some drums, pitched and unpitched. And where the kids develop their musical abilities. And then starting from 6 years old, they just start to play the different instruments. They can choose, you can choose whatever instrument you want. From the early age, probably parents advise them, surely. But they can try any and then choose and grow, and sometimes they play more than one instrument. We have lots of just extremely talented
Yeah, we also would love
students.
to mention the adults who's having lessons in our school, and their passions is just unbelievable. You know, not every adult would go and study from the very basics, you know, to become quite a professional. So we have like quite different age range, from like 30, actually 20 also, 30, 40, 50
Yeah, it's
years
never
old adults.
it's never late
Yeah.
to start your musical education
kinds of
and have
ages.
fun
Okay.
playing
Yeah.
an instrument.
Mhm.
And also besides this, we also have the band classes going. So
Oh yeah, band classes.
yeah,
Yeah, we have that.
I want to learn the guitar.
Yeah.
that would be
Why
great.
I want to like either guitar or vocals, but one of them is gonna happen. Has to.
Yeah, music is
Good
always happiness, and it's
Always a good idea.
and it's the way to escape from your routine and
Mhm.
maybe some problems and
Mm.
be somehow above everything going in our life.
Well, yeah.
That's a beautiful expression, to be above and like just walk on the clouds, right?
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So with the classes and you have all kinds of walks going in, and you have all the ages. Now I'm sure you have a lot of activities going on, right? Alex, maybe you gotta tell us a little bit about the activities.
Well, as we mentioned, there is such activities as theory class,
Right.
Yeah, and then the band class, and yeah, some performances we organize also, some concerts. Well, it's a whole different story nowadays when, during the COVID time. So it's like we organize online concerts where everyone participates. Yeah, the screen changes from house to house. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love that.
That's a lot of fun actually. Yeah, I think. Pretty sure our students enjoy that as well as they
Alright.
enjoy the live concerts. Yes. Also, as activities, we can mention our programs. You know, so we follow in the. We have always something to do on our lessons. You know, there's a specific thing for every instrument. You know, it's not only playing music. We also study notes, you know, so the sight reading when we play a new song right away from the heat of the moment. Yeah, reading that, and there are like oral tests, you know, so such activities we do on the lessons, and maybe playing at the same time with the teacher, you know. So
That's
these
a lot of
things-
fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of different stuff going on the lesson. Yeah, let's keep some of them as secrets. Yeah.
like right now you're giving us a teaser, right?
Yeah, that's a
Oh, that's a good marketing strategy.
Go and check.
Yeah.
So with all these activities, I'm just thinking that you guys have events.
Yes.
Yes, we do have events. So, for example, we have some annual events such as recital shows. It comes 2 times a week, and
2 times a year.
sorry, 2 times a year.
Wow, you're pretty active, like twice. Wow.
Well, yeah, quite a lot. Where every of our student has a chance to express themselves, play the music they learned, and not be judged, and not doing it for marks, but just for appreciation, and so everyone can see their talent. Besides the recital shows, we also have we host one of the biggest competitions for young musicians, which is called Musician Idol Competition. It was for all Bahraini musicians who wants to take part before, but last year we also expanded and tried to go further and invited musicians from other Gulf countries, and we've got like very active response. And overall, it took almost 300 people took part last year in this competition.
Wow.
So yeah, we are proud of this organization, and even though it was online, still the parents and students' response is very high, and they are excited to keep doing what they are doing,
Right.
playing the music and share their talents. Yeah, that's how is it.
That's a lot going on. Again, harmony, right?
Right.
Everybody working together,
Yeah.
you know, just to bring this beautiful energy, and lots of fun, a lot of activities, a lot of classes. Is there a certain class that you notice that in Bahrain that most people will go for. It's like, oh, Bahraini is like guitar, you know. Another national likes a different kind of instrument. Does that really occur to you?
I would say more people go to piano. It's like more classical thing, you know. So when people think about music, they're like, we want to go to music. So what's that? It's piano. Yeah, so, yeah, just like if to calculate the percentage, I think it's, I don't have them. Right. I'm the only guitar teacher in school, but there are quite a few piano teachers.
Okay, okay, so, very interesting. So how about now we've been talking about music and all of that. How about you play us something with your guitar?
Yeah, I would love to. Yeah. I'll play a Russian song.
Okay, go for it. Wow, that was beautiful. Love that. I mean, for me, I just felt like I want to have some coffee. It's 12 o'clock midnight at a coffee shop and listening to your performance.
Yeah, the name of it is Night is Bright.
Night is bright.
Night is bright.
Love that. So, you know, you see, you managed to make me feel that. I love that. Love that.
Yes.
So it's, what I'm hearing here, what I'm seeing is that it's a well-structured institute and center. Everything is just so beautifully harmonized together. I'm using the word a lot because exactly that's what I'm feeling here. So any last words to your viewers?
Well, we, always happy to see our students' effort, and I would say the students here in Bahrain, because we have some to compare with, they are just amazing. You know, they are so really talented and passionate, and I just love working here with them, and we are always welcome new people, new students who are passionate about music. Yes.
I could be a new student as well, right? I want to play the guitar. 12 o'clock midnight, you know, the night is bright. I want to make that happen.
Yeah, you can do that. Yes.
So we are proud to be a part of Harmony Music Center, and we are happy to see new people. Please come to Harmony.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for passing on your beautiful vibes to us right here on Bahrain TV and to the viewers. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the invitation. Yeah.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a beautiful harmony with the Harmony Music Center right here on Bahrain Now. Well, viewers, we have reached to the end of our episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Don't forget to send us your feedback via email or our social media accounts shown below. For now, goodbye and God bless.